Human safety comes first. I'll just have to accept the blowback that may come with that. So yeah, I would, because trying to continue. Because what if something happens and God forbid somebody dies or gets sick, and then then I'm really in trouble. So.
All right, welcome to the Pressure Zone, the HTV podcast, where we push the world's top technology leaders to the absolute edge. Today, we are bridging the gap between the digital world and the physical floor. We are joined today by Dr. Joseph Burt-Miller Jr., currently Deputy Director for the Cybersecurity Engineering Development Program at the NSA. And as you can see here, he's a huge Knicks fan, which you can't, blame him. After 53 years, they finally got their championship title. So excited to have you here.
Thank you.
All right. Okay, Dr. J, the rules are simple. We are walking through a single escalating incident that unfolds round by round. At each step, the stakes rise, the constraints tighten, and you'll be forced to make a high-stakes call. Dr. J, you've spent your career understanding complex mechanical environments, mission-critical infrastructure, and the vital importance of a functional chain of command. You know that in the Air Force, discipline and communication saves lives. But today, the battlefield isn't a cloud repository. It's an automated clean room where your sensors are lying to you. Your executive dashboard is completely blinded, and your own chain of command is about to choke on its own data. Let's see if you can isolate the threat before the air turns completely toxic. Are you ready to step into the zone?
Yeah, let's go.
Okay. All right, here's the storyline to give you an overview of the current situation. Your company operates a critical multi-billion-dollar automated semiconductor fabrication plant supplying aerospace and military defense contractors. Air purity, precise particulate filtration, and micro-atmospheric pressure are non-negotiable for production stability. A highly sophisticated threat actor compromises the facility's industrial control systems. Instead of triggering a loud, catastrophic shutdown, they initiate a low and slow manipulation. They subtly alter the clean room airflow, velocity, and differential pressure by small increments, equivalent to roughly 2% deviation in key parameters, enough to gradually introduce microparticulates over hours/days, silently ruining millions of dollars of delicate silicon wafers while manipulating the monitoring software to send 100% green status reports back to the executive suite. The digital chain of command thinks the operations are flawless, but a seasoned boots-on-the-ground maintenance chief notices an anomalous physical vibration in the mechanical room's air handler housings and sounds the alarm. The data says he's wrong. His veteran instincts says the system is lying. All right, round one, the broken feedback loop. Here's the prompt. It is 0600 hours on a Monday. Your veteran HVAC facilities chief walks directly into your office, bypassing the standard digital ticketing system. He reports that Air Handler Unit 4 is the primary clean room, is vibrating out of tolerance, suggesting an unmapped load imbalance. However, your centralized SCADA instrumentation dashboard indicates pristine static pressure, 0 faults, and a perfect 35% relative humidity. The plant director demands you ignore the chief, stick to the digital reports, and maintain maximum production velocity to hit the quarterly delivery quota. What is your command? A, trust the boots, honor the maintenance chief's physical report, order an immediate manual physical override and localized inspection of the air handlers, slowing down production lines for 12 hours. B, trust the tech, command the technician to log a standard low priority maintenance ticket, deferring physical intervention until the automated diagnostics flag an explicit code error. C, the out-of-band verification, deploy an independent air-gapped handheld testing team with manual sensors to verify the clean room's atmosphere, avoiding a shutdown while ignoring the automated telemetry. Or D, the chain of command protocol, escalate the discrepancy immediately to the chief operating officer, requesting an Emergency operational pause until the conflict between human observation and digital telemetry is resolved.
I think Delta is a little too hasty. I'm leaning towards Bravo. Because
Okay.
Bravo is a trusted tech.
Yes.
Because I think I want to at least inspect it before taking any further escalatory action. So I at least want to see, confirm the findings, see what the discrepancy is between what's actually happening and what I'm seeing on the screen. So I want to verify that. And then if that holds up, then okay, now we want to take the next step. If we need to take further, need to escalate it if whatnot. But I believe B is the option. But yeah, take the route of confirming what they're saying, probably even have my own eyes look at it and say, okay, this is legit. We need to take the next step. So
Okay.
I believe B is my answer. If I remember
All right. Yes, that is trust the tech. That is correct. All right. So spoken like an executive chained to a dashboard, you prioritize compliance and automated metrics over real world boots on the ground observation. While the low priority ticket sits in queue, the modified airflow is quietly ruining millions of dollars of microscopic components. You kept the line moving, but you're manufacturing garbage. All right, we'll move to round 2. The logic bomb revelation. It's now 1400 hours. The manual verification confirms the technician was right. The air filters are operating at a marginal deficit, allowing micro-contaminants to destroy wafers. Your incident response team uncovers a sophisticated Setnex style malware payload in the HVAC PLCs. The attacker's command and control infrastructure delivers an automated demand via the compromised operations console that reads, "We control the environment. Pay 50 Bitcoin to this wallet within 48 hours, or we reverse the fans and pull external exhaust into the labs." Direct real-time chat is not available. All communication would route through external intermediaries. Cutting the network power risks freezing pneumatic valves and stressing compressors under load. What is your directive? A, the kinetic isolation. Order your team leads to physically sprint to the mechanical rooms and manually pull the physical circuit breakers on the affected air handlers blocks, accepting severe hardware stress to kill the digital connection. B, the soft containment. Keep the fans running under malware control while your software team attempts a live hot patch firmware override of the PLCs across the active operational network. C, the delayed containment. Isolate affected segments where possible, deploy forensic teams for offline analysis of the malware, and coordinate with law enforcement, FBI, IC3, while preparing fallback manual operations. Or D, the mission first capitulation. Authorize the immediate release of the emergency operational funds to pay the demand, prioritizing the preservation of the critical infrastructure above all else.
But there's no guarantee, like if you pay, that they're going to,
do what they say.
Yeah. Right, that they're going to follow through. So because then you pay and then using other funds and you still have that problem. Then you're you just made it more of a bigger problem then. So I want to rule out Delta.
Okay.
I think Alpha was to like physically turn off the breakers, like to physically,
Correct. Manually pull the physical circuit breakers.
Right. I feel having a tech try to do a hot fix, I don't know how long it's gonna take them or how sophisticated that, that malware, that ransomware is. So, because it could take them 10 minutes or 2 hours, but then, you could be doing more damage the more time that goes. So I don't know if I like that one.
And then C was the delayed containment, isolating affected segments where possible, and then deploy forensic teams for offline analysis of the malware, and you coordinate with law enforcement.
You know what? That might be the better one, because then also too, kind of with Alpha, yeah, you do the manual shut off with the circuit breakers, but then the only thing, the only part with that is if there's going to be, if I cause any more damage without doing like an improper shutdown, and then again you kind of compound the issue there,
Right.
by doing that. Uh, yeah, I think so the one you did, that was Charlie, right? That was C.
Charlie, yeah, the delayed containment. Yes.
I think that's the one I would go with. I think I would go with Charlie.
All right. Okay. C. All right. So, attempting real-time negotiation with a professional group, most ICS ransomware uses automated demands and cryptocurrency wallets with no direct chat. While you're trying to stall or trace, the adversary maintains control. So here we move into round 3, the board's velocity directive. It's now Tuesday morning. The facility is in a state of high tension. The chairman of the board calls your secure line. A critical satellite launch payload component for the Department of Defense is scheduled for production tomorrow morning. The chairman states, I don't care if the SCADA network is glitching or if your technicians are nervous. If we miss this manufacturing slot, the national security contract is canceled and our stock value drops 20%. Override the engineering blocks and run the line. Your technical team warns that running the line right now risks delivering defective components to the military. How do you handle the command? A, the final insubordination. Refuse the chairman's directive flatly. State that you will lock down the facility under engineering authority and resign on the spot before shipping unvetted defense hardware. B, the isolated sprint. Agree to run the line, but isolate the specific manufacturing block to a completely manual, hand-calibrated configuration, bypassing all automated SCADA networks and relying on human spot checks. C, the command compliance. Comply with the order, execute the production run as commanded, but embed a hidden internal telemetry logging script to flag and track every single defect for post-delivery recall. Then D, the risk acceptance waiver. Execute the run, but only after routing a formal, legally binding risk acceptance document to the chairman, forcing the executive board to take full legal and civil liability for any failure of the deployed hardware.
You know what? I like that one. Covering yourself. Like, look, man, if we're doing this, man, I gotta make sure we get this on paper. Like, all right, this is what you want.
Yes. Take me out of it.
Right. And it might force them to second guess themselves. Like, look, damn, you want me to sign this? Maybe we should try what you suggested.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, actually, yeah. So I'm not ruling out Delta.
Okay.
I think Bravo was to do manual, like a manual check, I believe, or was that Alpha?
Yes, complete manual hand-calibrated configuration by bypassing all automated SCADA networks and relying on human spot checks. So you'd still run the line, but you're isolating the specific manufacturing block.
And how long are they doing this for? This is like a temporary period of time, right?
Correct. Yeah, what you're trying to hit is the command from the defense, the Department of Defense. Well, so the clock is running.
Right. So the reason I asked, like, how long, if it's a temporary thing, I think I would temporarily do the manual, human checks until things get back clear to where, just that way, because then you're able to, you're able to verify, um, of course, the readings that come in, and until things get squared away. Because that, I mean, that happens. I mean, you can look on the screen, and sensors may fail, but then you have to actually have human eyes go out and check it. So sometimes it may, you may have to do that human, checkpoint, spot checks, what have you, for a set period of time until things get corrected, because maybe the areas that is being covered is just too vital to, just leave it to a system if it's failing, or if you're getting erroneous messages. So I think that's going to be my answer. Again,
Okay.
not something that's, if it's going to be doing that forever, that'd be like a temporary solution just to hold over until you get things corrected. So yeah, I would include that human interaction for that.
Okay, so we're going with Bravo with B. All right,
Yeah.
you're trying to run a multi-billion-dollar modern production line using analog gauges and handwritten clipboards. It sounds incredibly heroic, but manual calibration lacks the precision required for sub-micron defense electronics. You didn't eliminate the micro-contamination risk, you just removed the automated visibility that catches it.
Wow.
All right, round 4, the internal whispering campaign. All right, by Tuesday afternoon, rumors of the SCADA compromise and industrial sabotage sweep through the plant floor. Your engineering teams are terrified that the atmospheric monitors are completely untrustworthy, and whispers of toxic chemical leaks begin spreading on internal channels. Your production leads are threatening a massive walkout within 2 hours unless leadership shuts down the entire campus and provides absolute proof of safety. What is your command? A, the absolute command presence. Call an immediate town hall on the floor, stand in front of the team, lay out the exact technical reality without sugarcoating, and state that you will personally remain in the mechanical rooms to prove the air is safe. B, the disciplinary lockdown. It's an option though, right? The disciplinary lockdown. Issue an immediate executive directive reinforcing the chain of command. Order team leads to squelch the rumors, mandate a return to stations, and threaten immediate termination for anyone abandoning their post during an active operational window. C, the automated demonstration. Pull raw, uncompromised environmental data directly from your independent backup sensors and broadcast it live to every terminal in the building to let the objective data speak for itself. Or D, the tactical evacuation. Succumb to the floor's pressure, order a full orderly evacuation of the facility for 24 hours to conduct an exhaustive safety audit, accepting the loss of the defense deadline.
Human safety comes first. I'll just have to accept the blowback that may come with that. So yeah, I would, because trying to continue, because what if something happens and God forbid somebody dies or gets sick, and then then I'm really in trouble. So
Right.
yeah, I would go with, I think that was Delta, to do the evacuation.
Yep.
Orderly evacuation. Yeah, I think that's the most sensible one out of the choices. So
Yeah.
that's my answer.
Yeah, I have to agree with you on that one. When it's like there's humans on the line over money, it's like you got to go with safety first.
Yeah.
All right, round 5. This is the last round. The kinetic climax. It is now 0500 hours on Wednesday. The malware initiates a sudden over-pressurization routine. Your infrastructure team has prepared a tested emergency shutdown script developed during the incident with an estimated 70 to 80% success rate based on offline simulation. But a failure could lock exhaust gates and cause a toxic backup. Redundant manual override procedures are available but require personnel entry. What is your final command? A, execute the script, run the emergency logic script immediately while positioning teams for manual backup if needed. B, the manual breaker bleed. Reject the script, order a volunteer team of engineers to enter the mechanical rooms with protective gear to manually vent the pressure valves using analog levers, risking their immediate safety to protect the wider plant. C, the controlled failure. Allow the overpressurization to take place, evacuate the immediate sector, accept the destruction of the chemical lab block, and rely on your structural containment walls to trap the damage. D, the ransom play. Hit the console and immediately authorize the 50 Bitcoin payment, hoping the attacker keeps their word and delivers the defusal key before the pressure valve hits terminal limits.
What was alpha again?
Execute the script. You would run the emergency logic script immediately while positioning teams for manual backup if needed. And that, I believe the shutdown script had an estimated 70 to 80% success rate based on offline simulation.
Yeah, I would have to go with that because
yeah,
I'm not doing Bravo or Charlie for sure. Yeah, Delta, I can't do that. Yeah, I have to go with Alpha.
Okay, all right. Flipping a coin on industrial safety, an 80% success rate looks fine in a software testing environment, but in a physical chemical facility, that 20% failure means a toxic gas backup for your own team, on your own team. If that script locks the gates, you didn't just fail to contain a hacker, you manually caused a disaster yourself. All right. But you made it through the pressure zone. All right, here's the recap. The pressure gauges have stopped ticking. Your facility is either producing critical defense hardware or your industrial clean rooms are currently under a toxic containment lockdown. We've just watched a multi-billion-dollar infrastructure legacy hang by a single mechanical vibration. Dr. Joseph, you faced a lying telemetry network, an SEC materiality dilemma, boardroom orders, and a literal countdown to an industrial explosion. Before we reveal your score, I have to ask, did you miss the days when your biggest leadership challenge was a straightforward military deployment where the chain of command was clear and nobody tried to hide a kinetic attack behind a digital dashboard?
Yeah, that sounded much simpler. Yeah, this was it definitely made you think. But no, yeah, I think I probably prefer that.
Okay.
Let's see what the damage is.
Yeah, actually, I think you did pretty good. We're gonna go with your final score of 90 over 100.
Really?
So it's not bad. Yeah.
Okay.
You're the field, we'll call it the field commander. You still think like an officer in the field. When the system lied, you trusted human eyes, ordered manual overrides, and were willing to risk hardware to protect the integrity of the mission, which I think pretty much sums it up. So before we let you out of the hot seat, one more final question for every leader that survives the crucible. If you could send a one-sentence encrypted message to your younger self entering the Air Force about the dangerous illusion of absolute control through technology, what would it say? Or any words of advice you might want to end on.
I think, when you're in the face of that, you want to make sure for yourself that you're staying informed, staying educated, so that way you're not being over reliant on those systems and just taking it at, I guess, face value, if you will. So I think it's ever more important to be aware of what it is, the environments that you're working in, and like I said, to stay educated amongst that. So that way it helps you to make the best decision possible. So
awesome. Okay. Well, that's a wrap for the HTV Pressure Zone podcast. To our listeners, remember that your operations are only as smart as the person checking the floor, and sometimes the data on the screen is just a digital smoke screen for a physical fire. Track your metrics, trust your boots on the ground, and watch the air. I'm your host, Christine Bartlett, and this is the Pressure Zone Podcast.